this. If you have any, hello, I'm Torrin Atkinson. If you have any, we were just talking in the chat about how what YouTube channels I subscribe to, and I was talking about the oldest nerd. And if you have any YouTube channels, put them in the comments, put them in the chat if you're here watching us live. Otherwise, put them in the comments. Let me know what you think I should watch. Adam is here. Adam, tell me, what YouTube channels do you subscribe to? That's the topic of the day. And while you're thinking about that, today is the last, potentially the last live stream that we will working on this map of Dungeons and Dragons. Although I realize I have to do all the text. I have to do all of the. So here is the original. This is the inspiration for everything. And so what I was planning on doing was doing the little scrollies, these little scrolls, these wonderful scrolls, just like in the original. So maybe there will be another one after this. But what I wanted to do today, we've gone through all of the episodes of the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon and drawn the important and named locations from those episodes to make a map of the realm for Season 1. Last night I watched episode 13, which is the final episode of Season 1, which is Presto spells disaster. And what happens? What are the important locations? Nothing. No named locations. It's interesting. They start out in the woods, as they always do, just in the wilderness. No, it's not a named wilderness, although we did draw, last session, we did draw some woods. So we have that asset. And then they go into a cave, there's orcs, and Presto casts a spell that whisks everyone except for him and Uni into a castle, a faraway castle. Which we don't really see it from the outside. We never see what the castle looks like, I don't think. And anyway, I'm pretty sure, I would imagine it's destroyed at the end. Because he makes a beanstalk, they go up the beanstalk. It's not a real beanstalk, it's like a stone pillar that goes up. It looks kind of like a tree. And so that giant tree is created and destroyed throughout the episode. So it's not going on the map because it's not a permanent fixture. And I'm not going to draw the castle either because, I don't know, it's not really... Should I draw the castle? Now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking about... Let me see if we actually see Presto spells disaster D&D cartoon. If we go to... Yes, look, it's the Dungeons and Dragons. To the Dungeons and Dragons TV channel. Let's not full screen. Cinema mode? Yeah, cinema mode. So this is the giant thing that he creates. Then he goes up, climbs the inside of it. And these guys are all in the giant, so everything's big. So it's one of those episodes where, look at that giant bucket. But I don't know if we actually see, like, the whole castle, the exterior of the castle in any meaningful way. So I would just be pretty much making it all up. Like, I think the shot I would be looking for is when they get chased out of they escape the castle, which is closer to the end here. And, yeah. No, they're still inside. Still inside. This is a giant egg. Here we go. Let's see. So they're inside. Okay, here we go. I think this is like the one exterior shot of the giant's lair. Let's keep going and see if there's another one. Yeah, that's it. So... Here's the giant who talks like he's from New York. Yeah, Eric! And he starts climbing down. And they're inside. Presto spent like 10 minutes climbing all these stairs. And then they get down. Dragons chasing them down. And now suddenly they're at the bottom. And then he's climbing down to get his golden egg, the golden dragon. And then everything's gone. So is the castle still up there? I don't know. We never see the castle, the exterior of the castle. And I don't know if it's still there at the end. Presumably it is. But I feel like that's a good enough excuse to not draw it. But what I do want to draw is, let's see. There's a town. Presto is briefly in a town. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. There's the town. That was some weird ruins as well. So that's what I wanted to draw today, was the town. It's not a named town. Let me see. Okay. He's just wandering around. Let me screen grab that. Oops. God damn it. Did it work? Screen grab. There we go. This guy with the weird mouth there. And there's... Yeah, okay. He's coming to the... Screen grab that. To the pub. There's lots of ruins. Lots of, like, craggy... And then I don't know if we see much more of the exterior. This is the interior of the pub. He meets the guy with 3 heads. Oh, there's a... Oops. Can kind of see. It's like, I guess it's the typical medieval town, right? They have this conversation. They play a game. Sorry, this is so boring. I think, is this the same? Yeah, it's the same shot, same background. Looking through a window, and then that's it. So... But I feel like, so there is one city. Is the guy on the right a Kappa? Oh, maybe. Welcome, Six Intruder. He kind of does look like one. That's a good eye. This is the town of Pendrake from the episode. Which one episode was it? It was the Eye of the Beholder? Yes, the Eye of the Beholder. So one could imagine that maybe he went back to Pendrake? Do I have to draw another city, another town? I feel like maybe I don't. So maybe what we do today is we figure out where all these things go in relation to each other. That is what we'll do today. So maybe there won't actually be any drawings today. Who expected this? Because when I was thinking I might need to draw another town, I was thinking it was more of a town and less of a city. But now looking back at that episode and looking at the actual architecture, it does look like, it looks a lot like Pendrake. So let's just say that he went back to Pendrake. There's one city in the Dungeons & Dragons realm. So be that as it may, let's start at the beginning. The night of no tomorrow. Those are all fine. Where's this one? There we go. Do we put it in a... I mean, I guess it's fine for it to be there. We can move it around if we want to. I think that's... yeah, I remember from the episode, Dungeon Master said go north. And that was, they started out in this kind of, what I would call the lair of Tiamat. Because it's the beginning of the episode, of every episode. This kind of canyony area. And then there's a little village. The village of Helix. And Merlin's castle is to the north. So I think the orientation of all this is great. The question now becomes, do I want to, let's see, maybe I just rough in these. How big do I want them to be is the other question. The Dungeons & Dragons sticker map book. Let me get rid of, what's a good selection? Let me just grab a few. That one all looks fine. Dragon Pass. Sure, that's fine. Let me just grab this. And then I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to adjust the opacity. And then let's imagine, what's a good one? Let's do Merlin's Castle. So is that, I guess that's about the proper size. So if we go use this text, we're going to make the text bigger. Around like that, I guess. Not too much bigger, actually. It's about the right size. No, smaller. Maybe I had it right before I changed it. Yeah, oops. Okay. Redo move. No, it does need to be a bit bigger. So we'll make it bigger. Let's see. Garden of. Let's get that O about the same size. Yeah, that's about right. Little tiny, just a tiny bit bigger. So now if we change this to, I feel like it needs to be bold, maybe? Bold. Yeah, that's correct. So if we change that to, this will be, oh, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy that layer. We're going to call it Merlin's Castle. And we're going to change the text. Oops. Come on now. To Merlin's Castle. Merlin's Castle. There it is. Come on. Come on now. Let's put it right at the top. Move it down to here-ish. Let me see. Let me see. How close do we want to get? We can kind of go over top. Like maybe we put it down here. And it can cover. So it doesn't take up so much real estate. We'll put it in the cloud. Put that there. And we can, yeah. We can steal this. Everything seems just a little bit skewed to the right, so, or skewed down to left. So let me clockwise rotate, and we can do a rough in red, and this will be our kind of our template for all of these things. So Merlin's, what I was using smooth natural nib 9. Okay, so let me find that. Smooth natural nib, and it was not 15, although no, we don't want 15. 9 is probably correct. Right. Okay, so great. So Merlin's Castle, right? And then that would go like, you know, more or less like that. And this one would come over here, and we just, I don't know, do we do another one over here? Sure, why not? Oops, I messed it up. So something like that for Merlin's Castle is what I'm thinking. Moylan's Castle. Something like that. So if we got rid of that, this is kind of like our, yeah. We're going to make this, what's a good color? I guess red. I guess we're going to do it red. This is going to be our, what do you call that? Scroll. And it's going to be red. And that's great. So, if we're happy with the orientation for this, then we go, I should probably put that in the group, in the Night of No Tomorrow group. So, let me make a copy, And then we put that in the Night of No Tomorrow group. Open the Night of Tomorrow group. We do one here. Copy. Control C, Control V. This would be Tiamat's lair, which we actually have. If we go back to this, is it on it? Where is it? The lair of Tiamat. So let me just again, as a placeholder, I will actually just... This is one of the few locations that would be on both maps, because the other map is wildly inaccurate in terms of... So lair of Tiamat would go here. That's fine. Something like that. Roughly. And the town of Helix would be a smaller one. So let me take that. Scroll copy. The town of Helix. Maybe here. So we're done with that group. We're happy with the group. So the next one. Eye of the Beholder. Has 3 locations. They are the Mushroom Forest. So let's make another. The Mushroom Forest. Mushroom Forest would probably go at the top, I guess. And let me might as well just write these in. Come on. B. Mushroom Forest is nice. And then the Valley of the Beholder. There's a nice space here. Although we could put it at the bottom. We'll put it at the top for now. B. Valley. O. Beholder. Obviously, these all have to change. And then this is the town of Helix, which I guess would just be Helix. Helix. And that could go, I don't know, sure, over here. Something like that. So that's that. That's that section. The Hall of Bones, it had a forest or a swamp, and then they went to a town, and they went to Tiamat's lair, and they went into canyons, and then they found the Mountains of Bones. So this is a tricky one, because we want to reuse. There's going to be reuse in here, but let me first put in the Hall of Bones. Hall of Bones, Hall of Bones. So this is the tricky one. So they start. So maybe let's see. If we move the Hall of Bones over here, that makes it closer. Down here, maybe that makes it closer. So I'm sorry, this is so boring, but that's how it goes. That makes it closer to Tiamat's lair. And then we need a forest or a swamp. So where else? What other episodes? This is where it starts to get tricky, let me tell you. So, forest or swamp? Nope. There's a no forest. The forest of no trees. Is that the one we use? Or do we use the ones I did for episode 12? The Lost Children. Because I feel like that forest needs to be kind of central. So we'll put that forest, which I feel I made too big. The forest is too big. If I shrink it down, the gloomy forest. Let's just shrink it down a bit. Hopefully that doesn't. It's just a little bit. And then, sure, I guess we can call it gloomy forest. So let me go up. Where's gloomy forest? It's on the other. Oh, okay. It doesn't have a scroll around gloomy forest. Okay, that's fine. But let's call it gloomy forest. So this is gloomy forest. Gloomy. It's gloomy, folks. This is a great keeping an eye on my rice stream, says 6-inch shooter. Keeping an eye on my rice while it boils. Yes. Yes. It's not. This is not something you have to dedicatedly watch. So this means let's look at my as I was watching the episodes, I wrote down where they started and where they ended up. And sometimes directions were stated in the episode, but mostly it was not. So let's go to The Lost Children, which was our last live stream that we did. So we can see there was Venger's second castle, some unnamed Greek ruins, which I didn't draw, and the woods. So we have the woods. So we need to have Venger's number 2 castle somewhere close by. So maybe we put it, I don't know. Say we put it here. Although we could put it a little farther away. Let's put it over here. And this is one of 2 Venger's castles. Okay, Control V. Ba, ba, da, da, ba. And we have Venger's castle. Sounds good to everyone? Are we in agreement? It might have to move as we start shuffling things around. And then so going back to where we were with the Hall of Bones. Yeah, the forest, Tiamat's lair, and then the Hall of Bones. It's fine. I think that's fine. Hopefully that's fine. If I need to change things around, I can, but I probably won't. Because nobody cares. Let's always remember, nobody cares. Okay. Nobody cares but me. All right, so let's go now to... Let's go to the Valley of the Unicorns. The Valley of the Unicorns, episode 4. They started off in a dark forest. All right, so here we are, near the dark forest. Where's my Valley of the Unicorns stuff? It looks like I drew 2 things for the Valley of the Unicorns, so that's cool. Let's move them over here. Then they went straight from the gloomy forest to Kellick's Citadel, which is here. Right? I think that's fine. Let's put it next to... Should we put it next to Venger's Castle? I say yes. I say yes. Okay. I don't have any directional notes here, so hopefully it doesn't matter that I'm moving things left to right. But let's put in our little scrolly of scrollinating. And this will be Kellick's Castle, Kellick's Citadel. Citadel. So that's good. And then the Valley of the Unicorns, let's put... There was a bunch of... I did little drawings on my sheet of paper too, on my notes. It looks like they went... From Kellick's Citadel, they went a long way through some mountainous terrain. But I think we're just going to ignore that and put the Valley of the Unicorns over here somewhere. Again, we can move things around later. All right, so, and then Valley of the Unicorns. Yeah, da 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 da, ba 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 ba. Valley, Hidden Ranch Valley, Valley of the Unicorns. The Hidden Valley of the Unicorns, perfect. I'm feeling good about that. Moving on, we have In Search of the Dungeon Master. Oh my god, there's so many things written down here. Because they split up. The group splits up. So that's always a problem. Okay. Let's zoom out. Oh my god, what happened? Zoom out. Let's get rid of this Garden of Zin text. We don't need that distracting us. In search of the Dungeon Master. Okay, here we go. We got 3 locations. They start in the Forest of No Trees. Yes. So I don't want to put this forest too close to the other forest, do I? No, I don't. And it looks like I've organized them in such a way. So let's just say we move everything over way over here. Oh gosh, darn it. Photoshop always does that to me. Let's move everything way over here. Let's try that. That way we get 2 forests on the board, on the map, but they're not right next to each other. So, and then there's a swamp, which I drew for another episode as well. Okay. So, from number 1, it's a forest of no trees. Number 2 is the craggy cavern of the Lamasu, which I did not draw. But the slave mines of Daramorn are in that area. So, let's put this one down here, I guess. Right? The slave mines of Daramorn. And then there was a swamp. Where did I draw the swamp? I feel like it was relatively recently. What's that? That's the Garden of Zin? Was there a swamp? No. No. Was it Servant of Evil? Oh, it was a Prison Without Walls. That's the one. So we have a swamp in the Prison Without Walls. So that should be in the general area of the map. This is now starting to get real complicated. So, Forest of No Trees. They split up. Or am I thinking, no, they split up in... Oh my god, I'm so confused. Yeah. Yes. They did split up. I was getting confused with another episode too. Okay, where was I? And number 4 was Venger's Undercastle. So Venger's Undercastle should again also be... I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Let's do that. Alright, so let's... We got the Forest of No Trees. We can label that. Forest of No Trees. The riddle is given away when you read it in writing, because it's Forest of No, K-N-O, no trees, because they're smart trees and they talk. And then this is also called Venger's Castle. And I don't really want to have it right at the end. So maybe we put Venger's Castle. I don't want to have it at the edge of the map because this one comes up in a lot of episodes. So let's put it there maybe. And we'll put this one up here. Venger's Lair? I mean, he's got like, throughout the series, he's got like at least 3 different castles / lairs, so I'm not sure what to call this. And then the slave mines of Daramorn. To the slave mines of Daramorn. Yeah. Yeah. So as long as it, and the swamp should be right next to, pretty close to, I think that should be fine. I think that should be fine. The Cave with the Scary Mouth. That is the Slave Mines of Daramorn. The Craggy Cavern of the Lamasu, which I don't draw, but we're just including. We're just going to say it's part of the Slave Mines of Daramorn area. And the Unnamed Swamp. Yep, we're good. So let me put this. The Slave Mines of Daramorn. Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Slave Mines. Daramorn. Pretty good. Pretty good. Then what else do we got? We got Venger's Rocky Lair, and we got the Swamp. We're going to call this the Swamp of Sorrow because that's what it is. Which is 2 episodes away, so we're doing okay. Swamp of Sorrow. I don't want to cover up any of my beautiful artwork. I worked so hard on those trees. Let's put it at the bottom. Swamp Sorrow. Yeah. Looking good. And then lastly, since we're here, we'll do the Veil of Mist, which I think is a fine location for the Veil of Mist. Veil of Mist. Cool. And what we're going to try not to do is have big gaping areas of the map where there's nothing. Or I could do what's on the original map and have this. Do this, the Dungeons and Dragons map of the realm instead of the sticker book map. It's the official, the official unofficial map of the realm. Okay, so we're happy with In Search of the Dungeon Master. I think. Let me just double check everything's labeled. Yes. And you can see. I haven't put my notes. It's like I should have looked at these notes before I did everything. So Swamp of Sorrow. And the forest, and the Veil of Mist, and then the thingy there. But I think it's okay. So now Bog Beast. Let's take a look at the Bog Beast. Here's my notes. Lava Flats, the Golem Woods. Okay, so we need some woods, which I have in a different part of the map. And the Lava Flats. Okay. The woods, lake, or river I didn't draw. Desert dunes I didn't draw. Swamp, yes. So maybe it's here. Let's see. And the river that rains upside down, which is this. So maybe, because they go through a swamp, so maybe we put the river that rains upside down here. Let's try that. Let's try it. Over here. And that's the swamp. And then we need the woods, which we could say that the forest of no trees was the woods. And the lava flats. And let's put the lava flats close to the Venger's Lair. Why not? I think that works. Or we could put it there. There or there. There or there. Maybe we put it here for now. Let's move Venger's Rock Lair a little bit. Scooch it over. Scooching. And then, yeah, let's see how that goes. I don't want to have this big. I mean, we've still got like 5 episodes to go, so we're okay. Don't panic yet. Panic later. He's got backup castles. Yes, Adam, indeed, he does. Every good villain has backup castles. So, we've done In Search of the Bog Beast. No, this is In Search of the Bog Beast. Lava Flats. Okay, here we go. Lava Flats. B. Lava Flats. And then the river that rains upside down is over there. Fan-effin-tastic. I'm happy with that. Let's put it over here, I guess, at the top. River upside down. Okay. That's a Beauty in the Bog Beast. And we've already done Prison Without Wall, so we're happy with that too. Next is Servant of Evil. And good news, everyone. That's Bog Beast. Servant of Evil. What did I write down? Jungle and Prison of Agony. We've got a jungle. Do we have a jungle? We have a gloomy forest. Maybe it goes... I don't know. Let me see. Because I only drew one thing for Servant Evil, and that's the Prison of Agony. So do I have to draw another jungle, or maybe we just put it near the gloomy forest? How about that? I think that's good. I like that. Let's try that for now. I don't want to draw another jungle if I don't have to. And this will be the Prison of Agony. Not the good, not the Prison of Joy. Not the Prison of Benevolent Wisdom. The Prison of Agony. Okay. We've done that. That was fast. Now we're on to episode 9. This is the Garden of Zin. No, this is Skeleton Warrior. I don't have notes for Skeleton Warrior. But there's only 2 locations. Let me check. Let me check what I put down. Yeah, 2 locations. And I think we can just... Let's just throw them up in this corner. The ruins to the east, we're going to keep on the east side of... They're not officially called the ruins to the east. He just says, I'll meet you at the ruins to the east. So, I decided to draw it because it's a cool location. So, that's fun. Let's put the Lost Tower of the Celestial Knights. Where's my thing? Bum, bum, bum. This long, pointy... Lost Tower of Celestial Knights. This one's going to need a big one. And then the ruined... Do I even... I don't know. I'll just put ruins. Ruins. That's fine. Okay. That's cool. I love it when episode only has 2 locations. Number 10, the Garden of Zin. Now it's going to get complicated again. Here's what I wrote. They start in the forest. They go through the Valley of Smoke. And then they reach the Garden of Zin. So, we have a forest here. We have another one there. They go north. I wrote down north specifically. So they go north. So let's move the prison. Let's scooch the Prison of Agony. Let me go back to my notes for Prison of Agony. Oh, agony. Jungle. Right, jungle. So maybe Prison of Agony. Maybe we just... Oh, nope. Servant of Evil. Maybe we just put that down here. So it's in the general area of... Yeah. So then we can have Garden of Zin. Where are you, Garden of Zin? Zin, Valley Smoke. They start in the Dark Forest. Okay. And then they go to the Valley Smoke. Okay, so we're gonna put all of this here. And I think hopefully that's gonna, as long as nothing conflicts with the box, I think we're pretty good. We're getting close. Okay. Valley of Smoke. We might nudge a few things here and there, but I think otherwise we're golden. Valley Smoke. Welcome to Valley Smoke. What are we doing for time? 12 o'clock. Okay. And then, of course, the Garden of Zin. The Garden of Zin. The Garden. Maybe we just say Zin. I think we just do Zin. So let me look at the other one. This one had... This one did it have Zin on it? I don't think it did. No. They had a Hollow Bones. But they didn't have Zin. Lake Mellowweed. Never comes up in the show. Okay. So that's Zin. And then the last thing we need to do is the box. They start in a wooded area, then they go to a swamp and a jungle, and then Skull Mountain. All right, let me look at the box. The box, the only thing I drew was Skull Mountain, right? Here's my legend. They start in the wood, they go to the swamp. I didn't write down north, but that's fine. Wood, I guess wooden swamp. Jungle. I think. Let's just put it. Let's just put it. Oh, there's a swamp. Yeah, let's just put it here. I think it's fine here. Yeah, something like that. I think that's good. You know, one thing that they never do. Actually, that's not true. They almost never have an Arctic environment. I think they meet like a frost giant or something. So they're in the snow like one time. But it's the very beginning of an episode. I think it's season 2. I think it might be the Dragon's Graveyard. And then they get teleported away. So, interesting. So we can get rid of that and add this little happy thing here. And this will be, what is this? What is this called? Skull Mountain. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So if we, what do we need to move? Oh, I didn't write down a couple locations. That's fine. So if we take the Valley of the Unicorns, let's make some adjustments. The Lost Children. We just want to get rid of this big space, this big gap in the middle. So Valley of the Unicorns is here, and let's bring that valley in a bit. Oh, no, that's not the valley. It's the Valley Beholder. Sorry, everybody. The Valley of the Beholder. Let's move that. Let's move that in here-ish. And I can move some of the text around. So it's not... So we move everything... If we moved absolutely everything over on the map, except for the background, then... Yes, it's working. It's coming together. All right. So then, the Valley of the Unicorns... We can scooch that over just a bit. Over here. And then we can just put the Skeleton Warrior quest stuff here. And look at that. It's more or less... We might jiggle the Garden of Zin around a bit. And this stuff in here. You can close those gaps. But I think I'm excited and happy with this arrangement. And then I can put like, this is the official, this, like, maybe I'll put this stuff down here, or I put it down here. Let me again grab everything and I'll just put everything in the middle, and then I can decide. Right? Yes. Yes! Damn it! Look at, I did something. I accomplished something. So that's nice. So how much time do I have left? I've been going for 51 minutes. I have to be somewhere at 12:30. So let's do one scroll. And that scroll will be... I don't know. The river that rains up. No, that's too many words. Let's do Venger's Lair. Oh, let's do Lair Tiamat. What the hell? Since it's pretty much already there. Yeah, let's start with the section 1 here. And let's just do Lair Tiamat. Great. I love it. Hall of Bones. You need to get your thing over on the other side to make room for the Lair of Tiamat. And boo-doo-doo-doo, Merlin's Castle. Lair of Tiamat. Where did I write layer? Nope. I want the text. I don't have text for Lair of Tiamat. Now it's time to bring back that Garden of Zin text. And we're going to call it the Lair Layer of Tiamat. It doesn't need a layer. It doesn't need the layer of Tiamat is fine. Layer of Tiamat is good. I feel like we're good with that text size. Let's just, this is our reference, so we can make it yellow or orange, like something like that. But let me flip it. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Shrink it a bit. Oops, I messed up. Shrink it a bit. And let me see. Dun dun dun. For consistency's sake, I'm going to copy some of it. So this is going to be the layer of Tiamat. Yes, we have that. And let's just draw it. It's going to be black. And then we'll call it quits, so I can go and watch my movie. But for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, we were discussing what YouTube channels you subscribe to and why. So if you have a YouTube, you think that, oh man, I wish more people knew about this YouTube channel that I think is amazing and great. Besides mine, of course. I'm going to make some minor modifications on this one. I feel like, I don't want to say I'm fixing it, but I'm fixing it. Why does it appear? Oh, I know why. Because my reference layer is above the layer I'm actually writing on. So that's why. And then we'll take some liberties. Adam mentioned, I mentioned mine, I guess. Not my channel, but the ones I sub to. Did you? Did I forget? Did I miss it? Where are you? I don't see it. I don't see it. Tell me again. And we'll do this one here. This is it's nice. But let's give it a little more real estate. And then how did they do the shading? Interesting. I sub to you, CM Koseman, Thought Potato. What is Thought Potato? What's the what is Thought Potato? Nerd Sync. It's probably not Aliens. World of Antiquity and Mini Minute Man. Is that a gaming miniatures channel? So here we have, yes, we can do all that. And let's do that. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, layer of Tiamat. There we go. We did it. Maybe we can even move it over a little bit. That's the scroll. That's the text. I can get it. Scooch it down in here to maximize our room. Although we may not want to maximize our room later. And yeah, I think we're well on our way to finishing this map. I guess there might be another live stream if I want to do all of these words. Here's where I started, by the way. Here, let me. This is where I started. What a mess. mess that was. Darkhaven. Oh, that's because, okay, I think this is not, yeah. Darkhaven is another season. It's like, what? Did I miss somewhere? No, I didn't miss anything. It's another season. And this is only season 1, because to do the whole series, take the rest of my effing life. Okay. So, yeah, thank you for joining me, everybody. And put it in the comments. The YouTube channels you think other people should know about. My number 1 was The Oldest Nerd. So maybe if I can link to The Oldest Nerd, it's my channel. I can link to whoever I want to. I will. And kudos I have to all of you. Thanks for joining me. Have a great Saturday. Like and subscribe. Share this nonsense. And I will see you next time on the internet. Will there be a live stream tomorrow? Probably, maybe.